Pikachu was able to capture the legendary Pokemon Mewtwo, storing him inside of the Master Ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to be the very best that no one ever was. What if Pokemon killed niggas? Part 4, Part 3. We're going back to the Journey of Red. Here we go.
Surfing and traveling to
Hold
another
on, I wasn't done fucking talking. We're going back to the Adventures of Red. Red Catch 'em. Part 4. Here we go. Pokemon manga time. Let's do it.
And when they approach it, they hear a bunch of noise and see a fire. When Red sneaks up on the cliff climbing, he sees a bunch of Team Rocket grunts. Travel journey is only just starting and nothing will slow them down.
There we go.
They continue surfing and traveling to another island. And when they approach it, they hear a bunch of noise and see a fire. When Red sneaks up on the cliff climbing, he sees a bunch of Team Rocket grunts.
Red learned
There is an Arcanine and a Rapid.
Red learned rock climb quick as shit. Also, I was lying earlier in that video. I'm not gonna lie, changed my Kanto team. Someone gotta go for an Arcanine, bro. Arcanine like one of my favorite of all time. If I didn't say Arcanine in the first time I told y'all my favorite Kanto team, I lied. Arcanine is like, I fucks with Arcanine. It's just brain fart. Not a matter of me forgetting the GOAT. I just brain fart. I forgot he was in Kanto. Yeah, like no, that's my boy. That's the best boy. I need an Arcanine.
Attacking them, and Team Rocket uses their Gengar to block the attack. Some of the fire heads towards Red's direction, and he ends up making a noise, and that alerts all the Team Rocket grunts. They end up surrounding Red. They command the Gengar to get rid of Red, but just then an old man known as Blaine screams to leave the boy alone and that he surrenders. Team Rocket listens.
Oh, Blaine's a good guy? Huh. You would think Blaine's like hilariously evil. Like all the ROM hacks make him evil. In fact, I'm not convinced you're a good guy.
Since this is the person that they were after, and they command Gengar to use Nightshade on Blaine. Just then, Red reached for his Pokeball and sent out his Gyarados. This Pokemon was the perfect distraction because Blaine hopped on his Rapidash and took Red along with him. They had to escape from Team Rocket. While they're riding away, Red asks the man why does Team Rocket even want them in the first place, and he says that he's a traitor scientist that used to work for them and create a bunch of evil experiments. Red is pretty shocked about this, but as they're riding, a bunch of fire gets shot towards their way.
Yeah, makes sense.
When they look up, they see that the legendary bird known as Moltres.
First of all,
the fuck is your problem?
Second of all,
is attacking them. This isn't a wild Moltres though, because Team Rocket is actually the owner of this Moltres, and it will not stop until their mission is complete. They all realize that they're in danger, and Red tries to make Gyarados use an attack, but Moltres just dodges it. The Moltres goes ahead and counterattacks them, and Red and Blaine realize that they cannot win this, especially because this Pokemon is up in the air and they have no flying Pokemon.
Yeah, but Gyarados fucks on the Moltres. What? Yo, Ice Beam? Yo, fucking Surfside? Gyarados fucks on Moltres. This is like a level 2 Gyarados or some shit. What the fuck?
Moltres managed to burn down.
What the hell? You have a Gyarados?
This Pokemon will
shit
not
on this
stop
motherfucker.
Two of them are dead. Blaine asks Red if he has any flying Pokemon, and Red says he doesn't. Blaine tells Red that their only hope is if he takes this stone and makes it towards his laboratory so that he can revive this fossil Pokemon. Red is pretty confused, but as they're explaining it, Moltres sends another attack at them, and Blaine ends up shielding Red from the attack. There's no time for Blaine to explain. He tells Rapidash to take Red towards the laboratory, and Red just has to trust him that this will all work out. Red is really confused and doesn't know who
Blaine's gonna die.
To trust. By the time he makes it towards the lab, he doesn't know if this is a trap by Team Rocket, since Blaine said he was a part of it, and Rapidash ends up kicking Red so that he can lock in. Because of that, Red...
You know, if I say, is this a trap, and you kick me in the face, I'm gonna further think this is a trap. But proceed, it's a Pokemon.
Red feels that he can trust Blaine, and Rapidash brings over a book, and the book is titled Pokemon Fossil Revivification.
Oh my god, that Rapidash
Red
is a
ends
genius.
up
Nice.
following the instructions in the book, putting the fossil in, and when he pulled the lever, the stone started glowing. The ancient fossil goat Pokemon known as Aerodactyl had emerged.
I'm not gonna lie, this is my favorite Fossilmon. I like it more than Kabutops. I like it more than the shell. I don't know if I like it more than Cranidos. Cranidos kind of hard. Rampardos is kind of lame, but Cranidos kind of cool. Its Mega is okay. The other dinosaur is cool. Tyrantum. Yeah, he's cool. I think I like him more. But he's up there. You're at least top 3 for me, probably.
And this Pokemon knew to immediately lock in.
Because you got Draco Fish. Yeah, now we're really nerding out. You got Draco Fish, you got Archeops, you got the Tyrant's Cranidos. I think Airy is probably in my 5. 5 favorites, not strongest. Favorites. Yeah, you're probably in the 5. You're probably 5. Yeah.
Flew all the way over to Blaine. Blaine was stressing that Red wasn't gonna make it in time. Gyarados was literally getting drenched in fire, and I feel bad for this Pokemon. Blaine feels that this is all deserved because he's responsible for the creation of Mewtwo. And just when Moltres was about to finish them off, Red came in last minute with Aerodactyl and saved them all.
Nice.
This Pokemon was using a bunch of attacks on the bird, holding its own, and Team Rocket was getting scared that Moltres is going to lose, so they ended up returning this bird Pokemon and retreating, rather wanting to fight another day.
Yeah, you caught a legendary bird, that nigga got fucked up. That's what happens when you bring a goddamn Moltres to the fight. Nobody's scared of that motherfucker.
Red was happy
Nobody's
that
scared of a
Blaine was
Moltres,
safe,
dog.
but Blaine said his mission isn't over yet because his goal is to take down Mewtwo to make sure that it will never be able to harm anyone else. He considers this Pokemon a bioweapon, and he's the only one that will be able to stop it.
Is
Blaine
a
ends up
bioweapon.
departing from Red, but letting
It literally is a bioweapon.
him know if he crosses the sea, he'll be able to return to Pallet Town.
Okay, Aaron.
Meanwhile, at the Team Rocket headquarters, everything fell into place. They
Aren't you green?
managed to get all 3 of the legendary birds. Koga owns the legendary Pokemon.
Oh no, you're not green. I'm bugging like fuck. You're for 2 seconds I thought it was green because my brain said she's important. Green. Wait, no, that's not green. Who is that? Oh, that's literally what my brain did, bro.
Articuno, the mysterious girl owns Moltres, and Lieutenant Surge owns Zapdos. And now Team Rocket's plan is set into motion. Giovanni
And of course she has the.
tells their organization to prepare for their master plan. While this is going on, Green is trying to enter Saffron City, but she keeps getting denied at the entrance point. She
There we go,
notes
that's
this is
great.
the only city that has its access denied. Later on, when Blue tries to enter Saffron City, he also gets rejected too. But Blue doesn't take no for an answer, so he flies on his Charizard around the gate, and while he's in the air, he ends up encountering Green, flying with her Jigglypuff
So they have more sense than us in the game because everyone as a child figured to do this. That's why the game mechanic said, if you haven't been to the Pokemon Center, you can't go, because everyone would have done this. To be honest, they should have let you do this and then get your ass beat in Saffron for being underleveled, in my opinion. That's why I respect. Look, I think a lot of new gen Pokemon games take it very easy on the tots. I like the open worldness. Just be real strict that, hey, some hoods just got it stronger than others, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie. If I had to change original Pokemon games, and maybe this is what I'll do. That actually sounds like a fire video if Pokemon really picks up on this channel. I don't do Nuzlocks and other shit. I got ROM hacks. Subscribe for more Poke content. I really do this shit. Anyway, if I had to make a change to just all Pokemon games going forth, I know they're like open world now, but like you kind of have the Legend of Arceus, ZA kind of thing going on. It's I guess Scarlet's the closest thing to what I'm trying to get at. Keep it open world as fuck. But hey, dog, you walked in the wrong city. Niggas got a fully evolved mons and you only got a Pidgey. Shouldn't have went there. you shouldn't have went there, pal. Like I'm just saying, I think they go way farther than trying to okay, I recommend you don't go there. No. Let these niggas find out. Go walk around and find out. If you really want to get crazy, RNG the shit out of every save file. I ain't gonna lie. You really want to get crazy? You really want to make Nuzlocke hard as shit? RNG every save file. Fuck it. Brock in one verse is Gym 8. Brock in the other verse is Gym 1, nigga. Ball up top. Ball up top. Do your Googles and figure that shit out.
because she has the same idea. When Blue tries to fly within the city, he ends up slamming into an invisible wall with Charizard, and Green is concerned. She says that there's a psychic barrier around the entire city, and nobody has been able to enter. The source of this barrier has to be coming from a powerful Pokemon. Blue gets angry and decides to fly to Pallet Town to see if Professor Oak has any answers. While Red is walking through Pallet Town, he realizes that it's a ghost town and nobody's around. When he enters the building at Professor Oak's lab, Oak is just standing there. He doesn't respond to anything that Red says, and then Oak
could have told you that was coming.
suddenly attacks him. Red is so confused about what's happening. Oak goes ahead and grabs a weapon, and Red notices that it's affected by some psychic powers. Then Professor Oak blasts his Ivysaur with some psychic ability.
Oh, God!
Red ends up restraining Oak, and then it's fully revealed that it was a Pokemon known as Kadabra pretending to be him, and then a woman appears.
She beat Ash. Beat the shit out of him. He had to tell jokes. Leave her alone.
Tells Red that he's been a nuisance for a while, and this is his
You either
final
get a Gengar,
warning.
a
Team
Honda, or
Rocket has
leave.
captured Professor Oak and all of the citizens of Pallet Town, and if Red wants to save them, he has to defeat Team Rocket in Saffron City. Ivysaur tries to quickly attack this girl, but the attacks phase right through her, and then the girl starts laughing, and she uses her powers to teleport away. Red was completely devastated, but just then Blue arrived. Then Red caught Blue up to speed about what was going on. Blue gives Red some more information that Team Rocket set up a barrier around Saffron City and that nobody could enter. Collectively, the two boys realize that things just got real. This will be the final battle between Team Rocket and them to decide the fate of the entire Kanto region.
So let's train before we go over there. Hear me out. You got an Ivysaur. He has a Charizard. I'm not saying that he's just straight up stronger than you, but Red, you literally got folded by a Moltres. You have to assume they have the other birds. Or at least one of them. You saw Articuno escape, but you really saw that they could have had Articuno last time. I would assume that they get him. They do. The point is, I wouldn't go there straight away. I would literally keep training. I would like
After
nonstop
Blue
train.
and
I'd
Red are
lock
done
in.
talking, Red rushes towards his PC to see if his Pokemon are still intact, but his Pokemon are missing, specifically his Eevee. When Blue checked his PC, none of his Pokemon were missing. Team Rocket only targeted Red. Blue got pretty mad about this, saying that Red is the reason Team Rocket is attacking everybody because he continues messing with them time and time again. Blue continues to criticize Red's ideology, and this pisses Red off, throwing a punch at Blue, but Blue ends up blocking it. Blue tells Red that he's going to deal with Team Rocket, and Red should just stay out of it before he causes any more trouble. Red doesn't agree with this because he wants to take down Team Rocket. While the
I don't really care that Team Rocket buys, sells, or experiments on Pokemon. Then you're the one who better stay out of it.
boys are bickering, Blue ends up revealing that the reason why Professor Oak built his lab up in Pallet Town and the reason why they saw the mythical Pokemon known as Mew many months ago is because Pallet Town is the one place on Earth that is free from pollution for Pokemon. So Blue thinks that he has to be the one to save Pallet Town from this danger, and he ends up hopping on his Charizard and dipping. Red gets pretty salty about this and ends up following him along with his Aerodactyl. When the boys make it to Saffron City, they try shooting a bunch of attacks at the barrier, but nothing is working. They end up meeting up with Green again while trying to break the barrier, but still nothing is working. But then they think of a plan. If they can't break the barrier physically, they'll have to try to destroy the Pokemon mentally, and Blue ends up using his Golduck to try to pinpoint the location of the Pokemon, which is a Mr. Mime. Now that they found the location of the
yeah, I'm about to say, what other psychics are there? Okay, so yeah, Golduck and Mr. Mime. Okay, true. Proceed.
this Pokemon, Red's Pikachu uses Shadow Clone Jutsu to get in between the barrier, knowing that he only has one chance to take down this Mr. Mime. Blue's Pokemon was using its energy waves to guide Pikachu right to its location, and it was on site. Pikachu ended up sending off a Thunderbolt, completely knocking out this Pokemon and bringing down the barriers. They were one step closer to defeating Team Rocket, and they all ran inside Saffron City to try to take them down. The boys end up entering the main headquarters building, and immediately Red falls down a trap door, and the boys are now separated, and Blue
Red, you kind of selling right now, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
is alone with Koga. Koga immediately uses his Muck to immobilize Blue's Scyther, and Muck ends up wrapping itself around Blue, suffocating him. Meanwhile, Red ends up falling into a room. It's filled with a bunch of electricity.
Oh yeah, I knew they was gonna give him Surge again. All right, rematch, here we go.
And Voltorb's attacking him, and then it's revealed Lieutenant Surge is the
Oh my
opponent that Red has to
God.
go up against, and he's completely loaded with a bunch of gear. Lieutenant Surge shoots a gun at Red loaded with Pokemon, and it
Oh my
ends up
God.
immobilizing him as well.
Surge,
Red
what the man?
is completely captured, and he's confused on how Lieutenant Surge has this unlimited source of power until it's revealed that Lieutenant Surge is charging all of his abilities with Zapdos, the legendary Pokemon that is forced to be working under them.
I don't even know if that's effective versus just considering it's almost limitless energy. Just NG, I don't know, chat.
Use the Zapdos.
You ever thought of that?
Moving over to the blue fight, Koga shows Blue what's going on in 4K, that Red has been defeated. But Koga reveals that he can't kill Blue yet, since he's Professor Oak's grandson, and they captured Oak so that he would be able to work under them, but he hasn't been cooperating. So maybe if Oak saw his grandson suffering, he'll start to work with them.
Oh, no.
Blue refuses to be a pawn for Team Rocket's game and would rather die. So Koga gets his Pokemon to slice Blue right in the chest, cutting his stomach open, and he collapses to the ground. Red and Blue utterly failed their invasion mission and were defeated by Team Rocket.
Oh, I think we need to call somebody. We need to call somebody who would never lose to Team Rocket. We need to call the guy with the real Pikachu. The guy who can
Fuse with his fucking Pokemon.
Where Ashy Boy at, man? Where Ashy Boy at, man? Where the real demons at? Or if we gotta stay away from Ash, let's get somebody with apparently less aura, but I know he'll put belt. Where's Gold, man?
Meanwhile, Green is the last one out of their group that hasn't been captured, and she's been sneaking around the back door of the headquarters until she gets trapped in a domain expansion by Sabrina, the psychic leader of
All right,
Team
Green, you're
Rocket.
dead.
Green immediately sends out her Blastoise to try to attack her, but Sabrina keeps teleporting everywhere. Sabrina commands her Kadabra to use Psychic on Green to trap her, and
You're
it
dead.
ends up working.
Yep.
When all hope seems lost, Sabrina's Kadabra ends up punching Blue's Blastoise right in the stomach, and its shell starts falling off.
It's not even a physical attacker. What the level is it?
Sabrina had thought she'd won until it's revealed that this Blastoise has been a Ditto the entire time, and Green kicked her Pokeball, and the real Blastoise got behind Sabrina, capturing her, and Green's Horsey used Smokescreen. Green thought she was in the clear until Kadabra and Sabrina's eyes started glowing. They can see in the dark because of their psychic powers, and
I had hope for 5 seconds because Nami made a play. I thought Nami made the craziest climb attack play that you can make in fucking Pokemon verse.
Sabrina is now pissed off. She reveals to Green that she got these powers when she was a kid while she was eating one day and could randomly bend a spoon. These are powers that Sabrina has herself, nothing to do with her Pokemon. And Sabrina showcases this power by attacking Green and changing the entire environment to a desert. She has complete control. It seriously looked like it was over for Green until she sent out her Jigglypuff and Clefairy.
Don't do that again.
And they used the move Sing to mess with Sabrina's brain. These sounds were affecting Sabrina a lot more than the average person, and Green took this as the opportunity to steal Sabrina's gym badge and dip, since she knows she can't win this battle due to Sabrina's psychic powers. With Green now being in the clear, we pan back to Red, who is getting beat.
Wait, so you didn't look? I'm not for murder. You didn't like completely incapacitate this woman, make sure that she doesn't have access to her Alakazam anymore or anything. You just left her there, took her badge. That's nice, but you just left her there. You know she can kill you, right?
Up by Lieutenant Surge. This guy literally throws Red on the ground, injuring him and his Pikachu. Red gets back up and sends out his Ivysaur to try to attack, but they're up against a Zapdos and a gym leader. Ivysaur is
there you go.
no
He is using Zapdos now. Fuck.
match for Lieutenant Surge because none of its attacks were working. Lieutenant Surge decided he wanted to end the battle, and he commanded Zapdos to use Thunder. Before this attack comes out, Red says this is the moment he has been waiting for, and he tells Ivysaur to use Razor Leaf to cut all the electric cords powering Lieutenant Surge and Zapdos. Red thought that his plan worked and that Zapdos' power would end up shocking Lieutenant Surge, but Lieutenant Surge starts laughing, saying that it's actually his suit that allows him to maintain all of Zapdos' energy. But little did Surge realize that his suit was already ripped by Ivysaur's Razor Leaf. This was a part of Red's plan, and Lieutenant Surge ended up getting shocked by Zapdos being knocked out and defeated.
Now, do I think this is more Surge being ass than Red being, like, great? Yeah, but good shit, can't hate.
Red is super happy about this, and he ends up stealing the gym badge from Lieutenant Surge, since this is technically a gym battle to him, and ends up walking away, letting Lieutenant Surge know that he can never win, treating his Pokemon like tools, and he actually has to form a bond with them. Red realizes that there's no time for lectures though, and he's running up the stairs wondering if Blue is okay, and when he makes it to the door, he sees Koga standing over Blue about to kill him. Blue's unconscious body is just getting absorbed by muck, and Golbat is going in to do the finishing attack.
Hello?
and then Red immediately throws out his Poliwrath to attack Koga, but Koga reacts fast, and Golbat immediately one-shots Poliwrath and Red, knocking him onto the ground, and before Red can even...
Y'all told me not too much on this Poliwrath, bro. I'm not seeing it. I'm officially not seeing it.
That nigga sorry.
Like, it's been an hour of this time, 31 chapters. That nigga been sorry the entire time. No, bro.
react, Muck ends up pulling up behind him and absorbing Red. Muck starts strangling Red, and Koga says he's not going to take this lightly since Red defeated Lieutenant Surge and he's not going to make the same mistake as him. But Koga wants to make sure Red suffers, so he says he's going to decapitate Blue right in front of him to finish him off once and for all. When Koga goes in for the finishing blow and Red thinks it's all over, out of nowhere Blue's Pidgeot ends up stabbing Koga in the stomach. Blue used the last
Blue's way more willing to kill than Red is.
Of his energy to send out his Pokemon, but Koga was confused how Blue even survived the attack until Blue reveals that his grandfather gave him a pendant which has reflective properties and it was used to save his life. Blue
He never told me he had a focus sash.
says this was his plan all along to play dead until Koga got close, and this pissed Koga off, and he sends out the legendary Pokemon Articuno to use Blizzard on Blue. He tells Blue if he takes one more step closer, he's going to cut off Red's head instead. So Blue obeys and he doesn't move. Koga ends up telling Red that it's funny because the only reason why he has this Articuno is because Red decided to save his Gyarados back at the island instead of using his resources to stop Team Rocket from capturing Articuno. And now Koga is going to use that same power to defeat Red and Blue. Articuno ends up using Ice Beam on the boys, and they're all getting frozen, especially Red. And Blue thinks this doesn't make any sense how a trainer like Koga would be able to control this legendary Pokemon. Koga ends up revealing to them that the reason why they can control any Pokemon they want is due to the gym badges. The gym badges have an innate power within them, and the higher of a gym badge you have, the more control and power you can have over a Pokemon.
Okay, that canonically tracks. It doesn't really reflect in the fucking games, but that tracks.
And Koga is a gym leader, so he has one of them. Koga tells Articuno to finish them off, and Red's feet start getting frozen, but Blue decides to dodge a few of the attacks, even creating an opening to the outside of the building, but Blue ends up getting caught lacking, and his feet end up getting frozen as well. Koga starts grinning because he won. Articuno ends up using an ice attack, freezing the both of the boys. Koga is extremely happy that he finally won against these trainers. They're defeated until out of nowhere Koga gets attacked from the back and Red and Blue end up standing menacingly behind Koga. Blue's Porygon instantly goes for a Tri-Beam, instantly defeating Koga. Koga is really confused how the boys got unfrozen and Blue
I released Charizard when the hole in the wall opened. I figure if you're freezing the room, I just burn the building.
Burn it down! How did you not see him do that?
Blue says when Articuno made an opening in the building, he sent out his Charizard, and Charizard started using fire around the entire building, melting the ice. Blue ends up taking the soul badge from Koga, and when he looks at the security footage, he sees Professor Oak tied up in the basement. Above them though, Red can hear Green screaming for help, and the boys know that they have to go their separate ways if they want to defeat Team Rocket. Blue says he'll meet up with Red as soon as he saves Professor Oak and that he should go check on Green. Blue also does the first nice thing in the series towards Red and hands him over the soul badge, saying that he could make better use of its power. And with that, the boys are off, going two completely separate directions in the Team Rocket headquarters.
Hey, them boys in the fucking field. I like this. Come on.
While Red is running through the hallways, he ends up encountering a room with a pretty weird device. Red goes inside to examine it, but then he notices that there's two Team Rocket grunts in the hallway having a conversation.
Why would you touch the weird device?
And they're conveniently talking about this device, saying that it's the gym leader badge amplifier, and when you gather all the gym badges, it will create an immense power. While the grunts are still talking, Sabrina appears walking through the hallway, telling the grunts if they've seen a girl, and if they do, they need to capture her at all costs. The grunts end up leaving, and Sabrina walks into the same room that Red is in. Red is getting scared since he doesn't want to get captured, but then he realizes he has 6 out of the 7 badges to activate this device, and Sabrina, standing right in front of him, has the last badge. So Red gets the bright idea to jump Sabrina, throwing Pikachu right at her, but Pikachu doesn't attack. attack. Sabrina starts staring at Red, saying that his Pikachu knows that she is not an enemy, and then her face starts to melt and it's revealed that it is Green cosplaying as Sabrina.
Kind of scary, but that was good.
When we pan back to Blue, he ends up going into the basement and he finds Professor Oak tied up. He ends up freeing his grandpa, and Professor Oak says that Blue should forget about him and go down a level below to help the people that Team Rocket captured, since Team Rocket has created an entire training camp locking the people within there, trying to use their powers to create a fearsome Pokemon. Meanwhile, Red and Green are bickering. Red wants the gym badge that Green stole from Sabrina, but Green says she'll only trade it if Red trades her the Moonstone. The
Hell
two
no,
keep on fighting about this.
Do that. Wait, no, fuck the Moonstone. You don't even have it. Do it. Trade the Moonstone. Do it. Yeah.
But eventually the trade goes through and everyone's happy. But then Sabrina ends up bursting into the room. She tells the kids to hand over that device, but Sabrina has no room for negotiation, since Red now has all the gym badges ready to activate the device and putting in all the gym badges to defeat Sabrina once and for all. Sabrina is genuinely done for, and when Pikachu's about to get powered up, the device doesn't work. You see, do you remember when Green stole Red's gym badges many chapters ago and apparently returned them? Green lied, as usual. She created fake gym badges.
Listen here, Pokenami. That's funny. That's good for your character.
You've killed us all!
And gave them back to Red, and the real gym badges are now used as Green's earrings. So in simple terms, Red has been walking around with fake gym badges this entire time. Green tells Red she's sorry sarcastically and ends up dipping with the device and the gym badges. Red gets pretty pissed off about this, and I do not blame him. Even Sabrina finds this alliance a little funny, but now Sabrina isn't playing any games because she sends out her Moltres to try to fight Red, but then Kadabra uses his abilities to bring back Articuno and Zapdos from her fallen comrades. All three of the legendary birds are now attacking Red. Green is now
okay, Red's dead.
Out in the hallway and puts in all the gym badges because she wants to see what new Pokemon this thing will create. It ends up creating a ball of energy, and this device ends up flying towards the room where the legendary birds are, and Sabrina starts grinning.
Fuck, did they make Rayquaza? Motherfucking made Rayquaza. Here we go.
That it's time. Outside of the Team Rocket headquarters, a light starts beaming out of it, and the Team Rocket grunts start running away. Brock and the rest of the Alliance pull up to the city and start attacking the Team
Hell nah, he ain't doing this with Onyx. Hell no.
Rocket grunts that are trying to get away. Brock is guarding the southern entrance while Misty is guarding the northern one, and Erica is guarding the western one. Erica ends up seeing the bright light coming from the Team Rocket headquarters, and she gets concerned. The ball of light finally makes it to the room Red is in, and the three legendary birds end up fusing into one being.
Now, you do have a rock flying Pokemon. I am convinced you Stone Edge that bird.
That thing would die if that motherfucking Mon was level 5.
I ain't gonna lie, Rock though would do that nigga dirty. Now I think about it. I ain't gonna lie, Rock Tomb would do his ass dirty. Rock Blast, oh my God. Point is, yeah, you're done. You're done.
Red and Sabrina are completely shocked by this, and when Green peeps into the room, the legendary beast ends up staring at her and knocking Green out. This Pokemon ends up staring at Red, attacking him, and
Thunder, Blizzard,
Fire Spin.
Moltres, I don't mean to bully you because everyone bullies you, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, what is someone just stole my joke. What is this polar bear? What's this polar bear shit you got going on right now? Thunder, Blizzard, Fire Spin.
In the center of this attack, a being comes out of this Pokemon. It's Red's Eevee. Sabrina reveals the reason why they stole Red's Eevee is to take its DNA to help with this project, and now they don't need this Pokemon anymore since all the birds are fused together. Sabrina says at the end of the day, Eevee is just an experiment, and this pisses Red off.
Come on, Eevee, lock in.
Ends up sending out his Ivysaur to attack the legendary birds, but then Ivysaur gets knocked back, falling out of the building. Sabrina is happy to fight.
You set this Ivysaur up for an all-time. You set him up. No, bro, you're a dick. They have like 4 ways to kill this Ivysaur.
finally have obtained this power at last, and she says that it's only possible through Red, since before none of the good gym leaders were going to give up their badge for this evil project, so they let Red travel the region so he would collect all the badges, gather their loose experiments like Eevee, and bring it all to one place for Team Rocket to defeat Red and finally activate everything.
She giving you that. She trying to break your heart, bruh.
This is all possible through Red. Sabrina now has no use for Red, and the legendary birds keep on attacking him relentlessly, and Red can barely hold on. He ends up trying to send out his Pikachu to attack, but then out of nowhere, Blue ends up flying up with his Charizard through the crack in the building, saying that he's going to try to help out Red. It doesn't work though, since Blue ends up getting slammed to the ground, and now both of them are wrapped in a gust tornado. The boys realize that they are genuinely cooked, and Red is trying to think fast. He's staring up at the moon and realizes that
The moon!
Green's unconscious body is holding the moonstone. He doesn't know why Green wants this, but he takes a chance and holds it up at the sky, and Clefairy's Pokeball starts glowing, evolving into Clefable.
No way in fuck, right? A non-fairy type Clefable? No way in fuck, right?
This Pokemon starts using the move Metronome, which is a move that is absolutely broken. It can be any
1 in a million guillotine? 1 in a million guillotine. No shot. Hey, shoot the 3. Shoot the 3. Clefable's good. Oh my fuck. Yes, Clefable is a tanky good mind you, without the fairy type. Anyway, point is it should not be able to defeat a legendary fusion mon with 3 turns. Anyway, shoot the 3. Metronome guillotine. Metronome sheer cold.
Fuck it!
Pokemon move ever, and Clefable starts going crazy using
Oh hell nah. Fucking fury swipes. Fuck. Now, for the niggas that was saying Clef, we got this. Gang, if you had a Clefairy, I know a million ways I would try to beat this thing with a fucking Clefable. It involves toxic to me. There ain't no way I'm coming out this bitch using fury swipes. Fuck!
Moves like Hyper Beam and Comet Punch to try to defeat the legendary birds. It seems that the boys have an advantage, but the legendary birds lock in and knock everybody off of the building.
Yeah, thank you.
Red,
common
Green,
sense.
and Blue were all falling to their death. This trio had lost the battle, and Sabrina was staring down at them, laughing and happy that Team Rocket was finally victorious and took care of them once and for all.
Shit.
Now, this is where the story would have ended if this was some edgy seinen manga. These
Okay, who saved them? Who's the savior? Okay, predictions. Minus 100, Mew. Plus 100, Professor Oak. Plus 400, the people of Pallet Town are just sitting there with the Spirit Bomb or some shit. Like, you know, they just catch them. Plus 800, Gyarados and Blaine. Plus 1,000. Ooh, Ivysaur. I do gotta make a play for Ivysaur. Plus 1,000. Shit. Nah, Ivysaur. Plus 2K, the old good gym leaders, like the 3 of them, save the 3 of them. And then last but not least, at plus 10K, Mewtwo is spawned in and saves them.
kids should be dead. Except if you remember earlier, Ivysaur got thrown out of the building a lot
No way! Ivy stocks!
earlier, and he wasn't useless. This Pokemon made webs out of his vines to catch the entire group, giving them one last opportunity to attack. The legendary birds were coming straight at them, and Green sent out her Blastoise, and Blue sent out his Charizards.
Hey, buddy, you want to evolve?
Sabrina was going in for a tri-attack, and these 3 kids were going in, combining all of their energy together for a final attack. And then Ivysaur evolved into a Venusaur. Charizard used Flamethrower, Blastoise used Hydro Pump, and Venusaur used Solar Beam. The kids screamed, and the Pokemon combined their attacks.
You see how Flamethrower, Hydro Pump, Solar Beam. Now, I don't know about you, Moltres, but that is how you do that, not with fucking Fire Spin.
Together, going straight at the legendary birds, and it made direct contact, doing enough damage to split apart the birds and releasing them from Team Rocket's grip. So
damn, you fucking treated the motherfucker like the Mesprit mons. Shit. Mesprit, Uxie, Uxie, whatever the fuck, Azelf. There we go. Everybody forgets those. I had to prove that I remember them. Cool.
Sabrina was defeated, but the building around them was collapsing. Red was really happy though that
was Giovanni.
Articuno was free, and while the three kids were running away, in the distance, Red noticed something. Giovanni was just watching them, laughing, and he walked away, but Red didn't have any time to pay any mind to him. The gang met up with Brock and Misty, and they were so happy that they freed Saffron City. Green was pretty sad that she didn't get to profit off this entire operation, but Professor Oak was just laughing that all the kids are alright.
Hey, you're gonna give Red his badges back, or how does that work?
Blue tells Red, though, that their job isn't finished yet and that he's going to challenge him at the Indigo League, which is a tournament that is about to take place, very true, to figure out who is actually the best Pokemon trainer. Red agrees to this and heads off. Everything seemed fine, but in the distance, Project Mewtwo had been completed. Blaine was telling everybody to run away since the Pokemon was now awake, but Mewtwo blew up the entire lab. While Red is on his journey, Bill ends up calling him, letting him know that there's a beast of Cerulean City that blew up a bunch of terrain and Red should go investigate it. When Red pulls up, there's rubble everywhere, and he's super confused on what Pokemon could have caused this. And
Canonic
then Red
Mewtwo
sees
is scary as hell.
Red tries to get close to it with all of his Pokemon, and it's going well for a while, but the wind is too strong, and Red realizes his Pokemon are in danger, so he ends up quickly returning all of them, except for Aerodactyl since he can fly. While Red is falling, he ends up getting saved by Blaine on his Rapidash, and Blaine tells Red that this isn't any ordinary tornado, and it's actually a twister being caused by Mewtwo.
Let's leave.
This is a super dangerous Pokemon that Blaine helped create, and he truly regrets it. Mewtwo goes in for an attack, but Blaine's arm starts mutating, and Blaine knows exactly where Mewtwo's going to attack him from. Red is shocked about Blaine's arm, but Blaine explains to Red that his arm is the only way that they'll end up defeating Mewtwo. The reason why it's like this is because him and Mewtwo share the same DNA. He reveals that while creating Mewtwo, you couldn't create another creature from just Mew cells. So he decided to add his own human DNA, creating this genetic monster.
So in other words,
It's gonna be Bloodline Rules. Look at you now. Mama Mewtwo, your boy, is gonna go one-on-one with the Venomous, and it's gonna be Bloodline Rules.
But now that Mew is on the loose, the Mewtwo cells are taking over Blaine's body, and they'll eventually consume and control them. But for now, they're really useful for locating Mewtwo since they react when he's nearby. Blaine is the only person on the planet that will be able to tame this Pokemon before it's too late, and if he's dead, there'll be no hope.
So
this is the reason
Blaine.
why Team Rocket wanted him so badly. But then Blaine pushes Red aside and basically says he's going to sacrifice himself. Red tells Blaine not to be stupid and that they can work together to defeat this Pokemon, but Blaine says that this isn't like one of Red's fun adventures. If they fail to kill Mewtwo now, he'll continue going to city after city, destroying them and killing more people. Blaine's arm starts throbbing heavily, and he tells Red that he'll be a good trainer someday, and he wishes him the best of luck, and Blaine goes in to make his sacrifice. He says that he's going to use his own body as the final blow to defeat Mewtwo, and Mewtwo staring right at him, ready for this attack. The two collide and clashing, creating a massive explosion. When the smoke clears, Red is frantically looking for Blaine, and he sees his body with the little energy that he has left. Red notices that the tornado is gone, and Blaine thinks that it's all good. He shows Red that he has this Pokeball called a Master Ball that he wanted to use to capture Mewtwo, but I guess he's just dead now. Blaine thanks Red and says that he'll be the reason why there's no more victims of Mewtwo.
Nope, you didn't catch the thing. You see a crater with smoke. I watched too much anime. Mewtwo either left or he's in that crater.
And it looks like Blaine is about to pass out, and Red tells Blaine not to leave him, but then out of nowhere, Red gets attacked in the head. Mewtwo is still alive, and he's pissed. Red starts freaking out and knows he has to act fast since his life is in danger, and he sends out Poliwrath to try to attack.
I mean, setup of hell, the psychic type that can learn Thunderbolt versus fucking Poly. Yeah, okay.
Attack Mewtwo, but it doesn't work. Mewtwo.
Yeah, shocker of the shocker of the fucking year.
who ends up creating a telekinesis spoon and attacking Red, creating a crater in the ground.
What?
Red realizes that he has to use his full power and sends out all of his Pokemon.
Yeah, you should.
Venusaur, Gyarados, and Snorlax were immediately knocked out by Mewtwo, but Red was flying in the sky with Aerodactyl. Red is putting everything on the line, flying headfirst towards Mewtwo. Blaine starts telling Red to stop since that plan just failed, attacking him head on. Mewtwo starts using Twister directly at them, and Red is done for. He ends up getting thrown away, but he uses the last of his energy to throw Pikachu right at Mewtwo. This seemed like a foolish move until it's revealed that Pikachu was hiding the Master Ball.
Pikachu becomes a trainer?
In its
Detective
mouth, and it's on
2!
course to make direct contact with Mewtwo. Everything was on the line here, and then it worked. Pikachu was able to capture the legendary Pokemon Mewtwo, storing him inside of the Master Ball.
So Pikachu is the best trainer on the planet. Honorable thing to mention, he still looks pissed.
And ending his evil tyranny once and for all. Red was really happy that this plan worked, and Blaine was even more surprised. Red decides that he doesn't need to own Mewtwo, and he ends up handing the Pokeball to Blaine, saying that he'll be the better trainer.
It's a horrible idea. They're looking for Blaine.
Maybe if he shows Mewtwo the good elements of humanity, he won't be so evil and can actually become a good ally. Blaine is shocked by all of this, but he's even more happy that he met Red, envisioning him as a true Pokemon master, and he says it would
Rough life.
be fun to battle Red someday, and Red says that he'll take him on anytime, and now they're off to head over to the Indigo Plateau for the biggest Pokemon tournament in the region.
You seriously need to upgrade this Poliwrath on several fronts, occasions, and reasons. One, and most importantly, you already have a Gyarados. So you have 2 physical water types. 2, he put in work. He puts in work consistently. I mean, he just saved you. That's big lax. He put in work. He literally was like secondary MVP of this arc. What did Poliwrath do? Get knocked away in like the last 4 arcs. Poliwrath just goes out there and loses every time. I think this mon has won a fight, and it was the first one.
Later on in Viridian Forest, there was a little girl walking through it, but she was completely lost. And then out of nowhere, she gets attacked by a Dratini.
Catch it, Red, catch it.
Luckily, out of nowhere, Red and his Venusaur ended up using Vine Whip to constrain the Dratini and saving the little girl. She was pretty grateful that Red saved her and said that she wishes she had a Pokemon of her own so that she would be able to defend herself. And then Red gets the bright idea of giving her his Pikachu to help catch her first Pokemon. Pikachu ends up finding a wild Rattata and shocking it, and the girl ends up catching the Rattata as her very first starter Pokemon.
They should have made it a guy, so we had a canonic youngster Joey.
Come on. Everything seemed fine in Viridian Forest, but then out of nowhere, Red realized something was off. And then a Golem and a bunch of other powerful high-level Pokemon started attacking them. Red was able to think,
all right, change of plans. Let's catch the Golem, catch the Dratini. Let's leave.
Pretty quickly and send out his Aerodactyl, flying him and the girl out of the danger and bringing her back home.
Oh no, leave that bitch with you. She the op. Leave her right back in that forest.
But Red was thinking to himself that it's really weird that these high-level Pokemon are in Viridian Forest. When they make it back to Viridian City, the local townspeople said these weird activities have been going on for a while with these strange Pokemon being in the forest. Red understands what they're saying and was wondering if there's any powerful trainers in Viridian City that Red can battle. They say that there's no one really like that except the Viridian City gym leader, but they haven't been to the gym in a very long time. To be completely honest, they don't even know what the gym leader looks like. Red says he wants to take a visit over to the gym, but before he leaves, he tells the little girl not to be afraid of Pokemon, and the Pokemon aren't inherently bad, it's only because of their bad trainers, so she should be a kind trainer and raise her Pokemon properly so that they'll also feel loved and be good as well. After Red is done his lecture, later, he surfs off to the Viridian City gym, which is still abandoned. Nobody is here, so Red decides to send out his Venusaur to scout out the area with his vines to maybe get a clue, and Venusaur ends up going inside of the gym, and Red decides to follow his Pokemon. Immediately, Red gets the feeling that somebody is in the gym, and he notices the statue in the gym, and it looks rather familiar, and then out of
that should say GOV and it looks familiar. Dog, Red, you're not this stupid.
nowhere, a bright light blinds them. Red hears a voice saying that they expected him to come to the Viridian City gym and they've been waiting a long time for him. Red is confused about how this man knows his name. The man says Red has become an experienced trainer and starts reciting his entire journey from taking down gym leaders all the way to defeating Team Rocket. And then
Bro's aura farming this scene, got it.
Red puts all the pieces together. He recognizes that this is the guy that gave him the Pokemon fossil and that he also saw him in the Saffron City invasion arc. Red is pretty confused on why this guy's the gym leader. The man says his name is Giovanni and that he is
You've encountered Team Rocket throughout your journey. Now you have the honor of meeting its leader. Fuck.
actually the leader of Team Rocket, ready to challenge Red. Red immediately jumps back and is scared, asking Giovanni if he's been testing him the entire time, and Giovanni says it's something like that. Red thinks to himself that he cannot let his guard down. He has no idea what this guy has up his sleeve. He doesn't even know if they're the only ones in the gym or if attacking Giovanni right now would be suicide.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have, I don't know, a fucking Mewtwo!
Giovanni laughs at this and throws all of his Pokeballs onto the ground, being left defenseless. He tells Red that he's at a disadvantage, so this would be the best time to attack.
Now I'm unarmed, a handicap, so to speak. Oh no.
Him, and Red gets pissed off, saying that Giovanni's underestimating
Taking it easy to start off, huh, Red? Send off that weak-ass Poliwrath. All right, let's see what he can do.
hitting him and sends out Poliwrath. Poliwrath goes in for a punch, and in a fraction of a second, he gets frozen and launched off. Red is
Oh, wow, who saw that coming?
so confused since he didn't see anything happen. It was as if Giovanni froze time, and he might as well have.
Yo, that Geo nigga, bro. Bro, I told y'all niggas, bro, that's the only thing I know is the that's the only fucking thing I know. To me, it's just brain rot. I am terrified of where we get to that part in JoJo's, bro. Because that shit is just but you see what I'm saying? I don't live under a rock, chat. I don't live under a rock, bro. I know it's a world, though, but it just seems like brain rot, bro.
Since Giovanni explains, it took Red 1 second to grab his Pokeball, another second to throw it,
Oh,
and
wait a minute. No, he has a skill link cloister. You're actually kind of fucked, dude.
for Poliwrath to attack. But for Giovanni, he was able to do it all instantaneously before Red even sent out his Pokemon. This guy's stand is literally the world. Giovanni tells Red that
Bro's fighting fucking Dio. All right, cool. All right, so bro is fighting fucking Dio, bro.
where most people go wrong is that they think all the power is within their Pokemon, but it also relies on the trainer's speed and intelligence as well, which Red is simply outclassed on. Red thinks Giovanni is trying to belittle him, but Giovanni says it's the opposite. He actually admires Red's potential. At first, Giovanni thought Red was just another trainer, but the more he heard about him throughout his journey, he realized he wants to harness this power. Red tells Giovanni whatever he wants to do with him, he's not going to join Team Rocket, and Giovanni knows this, so he offers Red a one-time deal. He explains that the rest of Giovanni's Pokeballs are on the ground, and Red has all of his Pokemon. Giovanni is so confident that he'll win.
Oh shit. Giovanni said it would take me 6 seconds to pick this joint up. So if you win this match from this position, I won't be unreasonable. I will accept your wishes. However, if I win
with these conditions, so if he loses, then he'll stop pursuing Red and disband Team Rocket. However, if Giovanni does win, Red would be forced to be a Team Rocket member.
I ain't gonna lie, Red. We gotta consider it just because it kind of looks gangster. I ain't gonna lie.
Effectively being Giovanni's slave and being a weapon of mass destruction. Red doesn't know how to respond, since he wants Team Rocket to be disbanded, but he never wants to join them. After some thinking, Red decides to accept the deal, under one condition: it's a fair fight. So Red throws his Pokeballs on the ground, being the exact same situation as Giovanni. The final battle had begun, and both trainers blitzed towards their Pokeballs, and Red managed to grab a Pokeball first, sending out Snorlax, saying that Giovanni is done for. Snorlax goes in for a Mega Punch, but out of nowhere, he gets smacked in the face by a Nidoqueen. Giovanni used Red Speed against him, and Nidoqueen threw Snorlax out of the gym.
Oh, Big Lax ain't going like that. Fuck no.
And Snorlax was defeated. While Red was looking at his Pokemon, out of nowhere, a Golem started attacking Red.
Now you need
directions, and Red started panicking. Giovanni noticed this, but Red thought to himself that he has to lock in and have a calm mind. He realized
that nigga knocked the fuck out still, but all right, bro, get Gyarados. God fucking damn it.
Realizes that Golem is bouncing around in a pattern, so Red leads Golem towards the hole Snorlax created, and when Golem went towards there, Snorlax got up and smashed Golem in the head. Golem started crumbling to pieces. He was defeated until Red realized it was too late, because Giovanni started laughing and Golem used an explosion, blowing himself up and Snorlax. Snorlax was defeated, and before Red could even realize, his life was in Giovanni's hand.
You know, that nigga ass, but well played.
It's because Beedrill's drill was right at Red's neck. Red started slowly walking back, and Giovanni told Red that it's time to give up since he's—
You let him walk back? Giovanni, I get you're a fight sexual, so you're probably doing this on purpose. There's no way you let him move.
Been defeated. Red was pushed against the wall, and he raised his hands like he gave up, until Red grew wings, because Aerodactyl came out of his Pokeball, flying Red up into the sky. Red commanded Aerodactyl to use Hyper Beam, eviscerating Beedrill and creating a massive explosion, which started destroying the gym. Aerodactyl and Red were freaking out, trying to escape, but then Red realized that Poliwrath is still on the ground while the
sorry-ass fucking mon
gym is collapsing. So Red used all of his energy to pick up his Pokemon and jump out of the gym before it completely got demolished. When Red looked up, he fell into Giovanni's trap because a Nidoking was staring right at him, and Giovanni and the rest of his Pokemon had Red in a vulnerable position.
Oh, this nigga demon, he caught a Duck Trio. Yeah, someone in the comment section of the very first video was making fun of my Kanto team, and I was like, what are you talking about? You're stupid. But then furthermore, someone was like, you would never catch these mon, LOLs. I'm omnipotent, commenter. And it was like, you'd probably fuck around and have a Diglett. Gang, I'm here to tell you now. The odds of you, me, both of us, hell, all the chat catching a Dragonite is far higher than catching this respawning underground piece of shit. Canonically speaking, you ain't getting no goddamn Diglett, bro. If a trainer is able to catch a Diglett in this goddamn verse, that nigga might be him. These arena trap, instant transmission no, fuck no. These niggas all over the, no, you ain't getting no goddamn Diglett.
Giovanni says it wasn't Red's Hyper Beam that caused the gym to get destroyed, but Nidoking actually used an earthquake, causing all this damage and Red bleeding everywhere. Red tries to quickly get Aerodactyl to attack, but Aerodactyl immediately gets slapped and defeated. Before Red can even react, the ground beneath him starts to break, and he's hanging off an edge of a cliff.
That nigga said fissure. Red, I'm not gonna lie, he really is trying to kill you.
Now with just one hand, Giovanni starts going on his villainous monologue, telling Red that he stood no chance since Giovanni is the master of ground-type Pokemon and he's the strongest opponent Red has ever faced. Red actually agrees with this and tries to think fast, trying to do anything to win, and he jumps towards—
throw a Venusaur out there. Fuck it, he already told you. Yeah, Venusaur, Gyarados, GG's.
His Pokeball, but the ground starts to shatter again, and Giovanni broke Red's Pokeballs.
Okay, I get you do anything you want in this verse, but that was like you can't do that. You.
none of his Pokemon could be released from them. Red is in complete despair, and then Giovanni tells Red that this was all calculated for, because just like Aizen, apparently Giovanni has been planning out Red's adventure from the beginning, saying that every city and every location that Red has visited to was already under his control, and he just let Red go through them so that he would be able to understand the full scope of Giovanni's plan. Things like capturing Pokemon and bringing them on the SSN or going to Cinnabar Island, and it all leads up to Viridian Forest, because this is the forest where Team Rocket is experimenting on their Pokemon to bring them back to their savage primal nature to actually be true weapons and threats. In the end, Giovanni's plan is to control.
This town has been without a gym leader for so long that few trainers come here to train anymore. This is a perfect place soon. Every Pokemon in Kanto will be my pawn.
Every single Pokemon in the Kanto region, and Red now knows about his plan, but he can't do anything about it. But Red knows that he absolutely cannot lose this battle because the fate of the entire region rests on his shoulders.
Where's Pikachu 1 and 2? Almost like if you had, I don't know,
A fucking Mewtwo from the fucking start, this would be fine.
Just then, a Pokeball ends up flying towards Red. It's Pikachu. He moved on his own, and his Pokeball isn't destroyed. This is...
Hey, I'm just saying that Ash Pikachu gets these done. Red Pikachu, talk to me.
Red's last Pokemon, his last hope to defeat Giovanni. Red realizes what he has to do, and he stands up, realizing this isn't a gym battle anymore. This is a fight for the entire nation, and he lunges towards Giovanni, and him and Giovanni start running at each other. Giovanni knows everything about Red's plan, saying that he wants to use Thunderbolt on Pikachu since it's his most powerful attack, but it'll take Pikachu a total...
It will take 1 second for the Pokeball to open and for Pikachu to emerge. Two more seconds to charge the energy for Thunderbolt. Then another 2 seconds for the attack to reach me. In total, it will take 5 seconds.
5 seconds to get this move off, which wouldn't be enough time because...
By the way, I really wish they animated this because Giovanni seems like such a fucking annoying piece of shit, yet insanely cool character, considering how he's like detailing what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, all the other stuff.
Nidoqueen would be able to poison Red with Poison Sting.
Poison Sting? Just EP or EQ? What would be Poison Sting?
Red doesn't care and uses the last bit of his energy to throw out Pikachu's Pokeball. Pikachu ends up emerging, but it seems different. It already has an abundance of charged energy, and Nidoqueen notices this. But it was too late, because Pikachu ended up using the biggest Thunderbolt we have ever seen, blasting Giovanni, and Nidoqueen immediately one-shotting the both of them.
Ow. What the f?
You must have terrored that Nidoqueen, because ain't no way that shit hurt it.
Giovanni was completely confused because how was Red able to do this fast, and how did Pikachu charge up his move inside the Pokeball without damaging Red? But then Red reveals his ace. He ended up stealing Lieutenant Surge's glove that can handle electricity, and Red now has it. So Pikachu was charging up his energy within the Pokeball, and Red was able to hold it. Red ended up using Team Rocket's weapons against them to be able...
I never thought my calculations would go... Oh, shit.
...to defeat Giovanni, and Giovanni was completely shocked. Red says that Giovanni's downfall was due to his own demise, and he's happy that Team Rocket won't be able to use their corrupted and evil power to hurt anybody else. But as Red was saying this, he ended up losing all of his strength and passing out. Some time has passed.
Oh no!
And Red wakes up in the room of the girl that he helped out earlier. She's really happy that Red is awake and alive, saying that she found him passed out at the edge of the forest and she brought him back to safety. Red immediately gains consciousness and asks about the
The people in the town finally got off their backsides. They're going to the forest to calm down the Pokemon. Oh, so y'all were just bitch made this entire time? What the fuck?
wild Pokemon that were terrorizing the forest earlier, but the girl says that all those Pokemon are nice and kind now. The Viridian City gym is fully destroyed and nobody knows the whereabouts of Giovanni or if he's even alive, and the girl asks Red if he could end up training the people of Viridian City and maybe even become the gym leader.
Oh, furthermore, you niggas let Giovanni get away because obviously he's alive. We saw that his body didn't combust, so yeah, he's alive somewhere, just fucking around. Y'all let that happen. Nice.
It would be an absolute honor to have a trainer like Red around, but Red says that he doesn't feel ready for the role yet, but he'll come back around when he feels that he's truly ready to take on the title of a gym leader, and that he'll be the best gym leader ever, and that everyone should just wait for him. But for now, he's going to go to the Pokemon League. The day of the tournament finally arrived, and everybody pulled up. Red, green, and blue are all registered, and even the Pokemon fan club guy came to support them.
Wait, so blue's the boy and green? Fuck it. I'm already done said it the other way. I'm not switching now.
Matches were extremely popular within the tournament. Like, this guy was not losing. He was up against an opponent using a Kabutops, and he used Poliwrath. Poliwrath ended up using Double Team to dodge a few attacks and using a counterattack on Kabutops, winning the battle. And
he actually got a win. Now, boss fight, loss, 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 boss fight, loss. Fodder Kabutops fight, very first fight in the series.
Sending Red all the way in first place in his division, making it all the way to the semi-finals. Even though Red
for 4 touchdowns.
His match, he overheard.
Fuck. 2 through for 4 tutties this week. Good shit.
People glazing this other match going on, saying that it's the most intense battle they've ever seen, and it was Blue's match. Everyone was cheering for this trainer, and Blue looked down at Red, and Red looked up at Blue, knowing that their battle is destined to happen here, since Blue is also in the semi-finals. Blue and Red decide to have a quick chat, and Blue lets Red know that the winner of the Kanto League has always been from Palatowns for the last couple of years, so they're excited to see who will actually be the winner between Red and Blue in the final match. When Red looks over, he sees Green, and she's doing her usual shenanigans, trying to scam this guy by flirting with him and saying that she should trade her Weedle for his Butterfree. Now, this trade would have been the biggest scam of all time, and it almost works until Red comes over and belittles Green, saying that
good shit, Red.
She's still up to her old scamming tricks, and when Red looks over at the screen, it's revealed that Green is also in the semi-finals and that she won all of her matches as well. Red is super shocked that all of his friends are making it so far, but then Green drops a bombshell on all of us by saying that she's not going to lose because she's also a trainer from Pallet Town. Red is completely baffled.
Giovanni's gonna be 4th. The other guy, isn't he?
Since he's never seen Green there a day in his life, but before he can further question her, she runs away.
Or Oak. Oh, no, it's Bill.
And Bill pulls up.
No, Bill pulled up with the results because Blaine didn't battle either.
See each other in the semi-finals, not the finals. Red is pretty bummed out about this since he wanted the finals to be against Blue, but it doesn't really matter. Green's matchup in the semi-finals is against his opponents known as Dr. O. When their battle begins, Green says,
so it's Oak.
Sends out Jigglypuff, and Dr. O sends out a Sparrow? The audience starts criticizing Green for bringing out a Jigglypuff, but why is nobody criticizing the stage 1 bird? Red thinks to himself that Green wouldn't lead with Jigglypuff without a plan, but he's more concerned about who the guy is with the Sparrow. He has no idea who this trainer is who made it all the way to the semi-finals, and let's be real for a minute, how can nobody tell this is just Professor Oak in a disguise? This is just like in Dragon Ball where Master Roshi dressed up as Jackie Chun, and for some reason nobody could tell it's him. But
to be fair, Jackie Chun was a way better disguise than a couple bandages.
Anyways, Green looks super locked in against her opponent and is questioning why there's a Sparrow, but Jigglypuff immediately uses an attack, blasting away the Sparrow and seemingly defeating it in 1 hit. Green is really happy about this until the battle wasn't actually over. Dr. O started grinning and Sparrow came blitzing back using Fury Attack on Jigglypuff and Green. Green started panicking until Jigglypuff used Sing, which put a bunch of people in the arena to sleep, but this Sparrow must be the best one we've ever seen since it's dodging the entire attack. Even Blue is impressed.
That nigga said, I don't really like young boy. This Sparrow is just like the most elitist fan ever. Bro listens to Clips, Cole, Kendrick, 3K, Jay-Z. He's the most elitist fucking rapper. This Sparrow is elitist. I respect it.
By this, Red really wants Green to win and tells her to switch to a flying type so she can have an aerial battle. Everybody is telling Green to switch to a flying type, but she says she can't. She says she doesn't own any in a panic, and then Dr. O sends out a bunch more flying types and gets behind Green, saying that he's going to teach her a lesson. Green manages to think smart and send out her Blastoise, and if it's going to be an aerial battle, she uses Blastoise as a jetpack to start flying in the sky with the hydro pumps.
That's kind of gangster.
This attack hits Dr. O head on, and it seems like Green is winning until the Sparrow from earlier uses Mirror Move and reflects the attack right back at Green, knocking her onto the ground. When the Sparrow starts getting closer to Green, she starts to scream and freak out, telling the bird to stay away from her, and then Professor Oak unmasks himself, saying that he knows Green has a fear of bird Pokemon due to her past trauma, and Green gets really anxious about this. She ends up telling Blastoise to use Hydro Pump in a panic, but Mirror Move is used again, knocking out Green from the tournament, and Professor Oak is the winner. Green was really devastated why she lost, and everyone was confused on why Green is afraid of birds, until Professor Oak reveals that around 6 years ago in Pallet Town, there was a girl that lived there, and one day a legendary Pokemon came down and abducted her. Professor Oak and the rest of the town used all their resources to try to find this girl, but she was never found. Professor Oak thought the investigation was done until he had security footage of the person that stole his Squirtle a few months ago, and it was the girl that went missing. Professor Oak ends up confronting Green, asking her what happened to her and why did she steal the Pokemon instead of telling the town that she was safe. Green ends up crying and says it isn't fair. She doesn't really remember her memories about anything from her childhood, and she grew up without any family. She recently found out that 2 boys from Pallet Town were given a Pokédex and starter Pokemon to go on their journey, and she wanted to join them since she's also from Pallet Town. So she ended up.
Okay, I thought that was something. I thought, hide button was ready. I like my channel. I'm precautious of these things.
Stealing Squirtle from Professor Oak so that she can actually become
why?
a trainer.
I was
Professor
ready.
Oak just tells Green that stealing is wrong, but she's still a Pokemon trainer, and ends up handing her a Pokédex, announcing that Green
also, yeah, Buck put it together too. Yeah, that was not Moltres. That was the Ho-Ho Ash saw.
Officially the 3rd trainer to leave from Pallet Town, and that she's officially recognized, and everybody in the arena was really happy that Green is now happy. And Professor Oak says the most important thing is that Green is all right. In the locker room later on, when Blue is preparing for his semi-final match, Professor Oak ends up telling him that he's going to drop out, and him and Red's match is actually going to be the finals. Blue kind of questions this, but then Professor Oak reveals that he's already became the champion of the region many years ago, so he really doesn't need this win. And with that, the official final.
Oh, fuck that. I want to see if I'm the very best that no one ever was, nigga. The song is I want to be the very best. I want to be the very best that no one ever was. So yeah, nah, homie, go right back there, and I'm running the fade with you. I want to see if I was the very best that no one ever was. You out here doing niggas dirty with a Sparrow. Shit.
Match begins against Red versus Blue to determine who will become the champion of the Kanto region.
Let's do it.
They both give each other a final handshake while dropping their Pokeballs on the ground and running in opposite directions. Blue sends out Charizard and Red sends out Venusaur, a match between their starter Pokemon. Red is immediately at a disadvantage.
I ain't gonna lie, fuck that shit. Throw out Gyarados.
And Charizard goes in using Fire Spin, but Venusaur dodges it. And when Charizard ends up getting close and Venusaur looks like it's about to be cooked, Venusaur releases some fumes from its body, blinding Charizard and giving Red the opportunity to strike. Venusaur uses a bunch of Razor Leafs on Charizard, getting a bunch of good hits in, and Red keeps up the pressure by sending out his Snorlax. Snorlax was about to punch this Charizard,
jumping the shit out this Charizard
in the skull, but Blue quickly sends out his Machamp to start wrestling the Snorlax.
Damn.
These two were having a full-on sumo wrestling match. It got so bad to the point where Machamp was able to pick up the 1,000-pound Snorlax and throw him onto the ground. This wasn't without consequences though, since Snorlax's weight broke the entire arena. This man,
yeah, you don't throw a Snorlax,
caused an earthquake. The fight between Snorlax and Machamp ended with Snorlax using a double edge from the sky, being able to knock out this fighting.
Look at this fucking Machamp, bro.
So bad to the point where this wasn't without consequences though, since Snorlax and Machamp ended with Snorlax using a double edge.
Look at this Machamp. Bro, I hit the meme, bro. Yo, this
from the sky, being able to knock out this fighting type Pokemon. Blue was a little disappointed his Pokemon lost, but he sent out his Ninetales to deal with Snorlax, and these two were going blow for blow, and Red and Blue knew they were having the best battle of their entire lives. Everyone in the crowd was absolutely hyped, and Red and Blue were completely even, and Red knew this, and he had to lock in. This fight was getting so much attention, even the Elite Four was in the shadows, placing bets on who they think would win, but this isn't their story, and they'll be relevant another day, because for now, Red was thinking.
And why did they let Team Rocket do
hard, since Ninetales was charging up the fire on its tails, and Blue says Red only has 4 Pokemon left, so he has to do as much damage as possible, and sends Ninetales to use the fire directly at Red.
Yeah, there's a nigga with like 5 Dragonites just watching all this shit, just so you know.
Pokemon. Red quickly sends out his Poliwrath to try to counterattack and weaving through the fire, but Blue kind of accounted for this because Ninetales used the move Fire Blast, wrapping around Red and Poliwrath, and this move sent Poliwrath flying. Red was being engulfed.
Bro, every big fight ends with, and this move sent Poliwrath flying. Even fucking Fire Spin, Fire Blast, every fucking fight ends with this piece of shitter, this trash mon, this canonically shit starter flying. Every time. He sucks. He sucks. I was gassed. It happens in every series that I watch. One of you niggas lead a mob of niggas that starts gaslighting me. This Poliwrath is ass.
In Ninetales flames, and he sent out his Pikachu to try to deal with it, but Pikachu also got sent flying as well. Blue saw his window of opportunity to win, and he told Charizard to engulf Venusaur in fire, and Red was genuinely cooked. He didn't know what to do. Even Green and Professor Oak were a little worried for Red, and it looks like Blue had it in the bag. Blue thinks it's fitting that their final match is with the Pokemon that Professor Oak gave them, and Green goes to finish Red off by telling Charizard
Red better than me. I'd have had that Eevee in the tub.
Use his final attack, but Venusaur is able to use its vines to wrap around Charizard, stopping his attack. Blue says that Red's only stalling for the inevitable, but Blue didn't realize he fell into Red's trap, because when Blue looked up at the sky, there were thunderclouds forming. These weren't there by chance, because when Poliwrath was out, he used his water to form the clouds. When Pikachu was out, he used
they made a Kieran? Oh shit. Hey, you assisted something. You made clouds. That's all we needed out of you. That's the most useful thing you've ever done. This nigga made Kieran.
His electricity to supercharge them, and now Venusaur is holding Charizard up in the sky, using him as the perfect lightning rod for their group attack. This is the power of Venusaur, Poliwrath, and Pikachu all working together for one common goal: to defeat Blue and to make Red become the champion. And a bunch of dust started forming. Everyone in the crowd was wondering what exactly happened within the smoke, and when it fully cleared, Blue and Charizard were standing as the winners, until Blue fell down and Charizard collapsed, and even more smoke cleared, and Red was standing tall with—
It's a fire photo. This nigga just don't need to be. 9 out of 10. That's a hard
Pikachu,
flip.
Poliwrath, and Venusaur.
That's a hard
Red
flip.
became the winner of the entire tournament, and he did it with his OG squad, and he was so happy. Green was also pretty happy that Red won, but she wasted no time whipping out her phone and calling up companies asking for sponsorship, since she became 3rd place in the Pokemon tournament.
That's real.
She eventually ran over to Red and Blue, and Red and Blue stared at each other.
She lost though. Wait. Hey, just what you're saying. Come on. I did come 3rd. Professor Oak withdrew, so that means I'm 3rd out of the 4th. Oh, shit, true.
Tournament. She eventually ran over to Red and Blue, and Red and Blue stared at each other, happy that they were able to battle at the highest tournament in the entire region. And little did they all know, the mythical Pokemon Mew was watching over their battle and flew away as they all headed back to Pallet Town.
Yeah, there is an actual Mew out there chilling. Mewtwo, obviously, his story arc can't be over. The Elite Four is out there as well. There's still a lot more shit left.
Journey of Red, Blue, and Green to collect all of the gym badges and fight in the league was finally over, and Red was now the champion, roaming the region and having a lot of aura while doing so, since a lot of trainers are now challenging him for his position as champion. 2 years have now passed since Red has won the tournament, and Misty calls in on Professor Oak, wondering if he's seen Red. Since he's basically been impossible to contact recently, Red went Hollywood mode, but Professor Oak reassures Misty that this is normal, since when he was the champion, a bunch of trainers were challenging him left and right, and he didn't really have a lot of time. Misty tells Oak though that this time is a little weird though, since nobody has heard from him and he hasn't made any additions to his Pokédex in around 2 years. Misty also said that
boy Red in the mountains. Hey man, we know this. That boy Red up in the mountains. It's like, hey, man, all these niggas keep challenging me. They not cold. I ain't got nothing to say with nobody. These niggas not cold. Whoever can come up this mountain and find me, there we go. I ain't gonna lie. Red did turn Hollywood. He said niggas is sorry for 2 years. There's only one nigga that can give him comp, and that's Blue. He beat Blue. That nigga on the mountain chilling.
Red asked her to become a certified gym leader, but hasn't followed up in a long time as well. Come to think of it, the last time when everybody was all together was when Red won the Indigo League. Now this all seems really strange, until Oak hears electricity at his door. Oak is pretty happy about this since he thinks it's Red and Pikachu at the door. Oh, no. But when he goes to open it, he sees Red's Pikachu completely injured and Red is nowhere to be seen. Pikachu passes out in Oak's lab in critical condition. Oak is screaming, praying this Pokemon can pull through, and Misty is on the phone, worried now more than ever what happened to Red. Professor Oak ends up finding a note that was addressed to Red, and Oak is completely shocked that it was
that Red was defeated by the person who sent this letter, the challenger of a trainer by the name of Bruno. The E4
from the Elite Four, and he can only come to the conclusion that Red was defeated by them and he's currently missing, or even worse, dead. And with that, Red's championship run comes to an untimely end, and a brand new door for a new trainer is now open. And
she gonna be her?
That concludes Red's main story arc for now. The Pokemon manga is complete peak in my opinion, and maybe you should pick up the manga and read the rest for yourself.
No way. So Red went on to challenge the E4, probably got jumped by the E4 and couldn't do anything. Maybe if he had a Dragonite, an Arcanine, a Gengar, a Kazam, hell, nigga, a Beedrill instead of that weak-ass Poliwrath, maybe he'd still be alive. But if you want to hear her story, leave me your thoughts. If you want to see us play Red's Journey, the game, leave us your thoughts on that as well. And comment below. Manga, Red, or Ash. But for now, take care, stay blessed.